Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Star Trek at Gungnir, the Sphere of the 10th Fleet. We gather here every Thursday night to play Star Trek Adventures. And our gallant crew will go forth Earth and seek out new life forms, new civilizations, and all that other stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're playing a Star Trek Adventures by Modifius, and any other announcements? All right. With that, let's get started with the opening credits. Adventure about a week after, or the week after the raid on the Black Widow's base, and we have the Black Widow and her technical files in custody, and the Achilles has offered to tow you back, because our warp nacelles were unfortunately damaged on the hasty ride over to the Black Widow's hideout. However, you are now in dry dock. You are getting repairs, and it's gonna bug me. And you have approximately 3 days time to gather evidence. Well, not gather evidence, but to analyze your evidence and make your next move. So, what would you like to do? Any analysis you want to do?
Well, so we know the Latium Man is in the Devil's Triangle.
Correct.
Do we have a specific location?
It is narrowed. It's narrowed down to within a solar system, and maybe a bit more. Or there's going to be a little bit of searching for the exact location, and because this is a long range communication.
I gotcha. Well, I guess doing some research on that with sensors, long range sensors would make some sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do a... So we're trying to narrow down on where the base would be based on the telemetry we have. So reason... I should say this is reason con. Difficulty 4, not quite to 5, because you do have the telemetry. And computers con.
Well, if this is a con roll, I may ask, I think I'll ask Vera to take the lead.
Mm-hmm. And be right back.
You got it. You got it once they're back.
All right.
I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, apparently drinking 24 ounces of water just before stream in order to combat hiccups has consequences.
Indeed.
All right, so I need that one and that one open and that. Okay. So, reason con difficulty 4, you have the you have the information available, making this as possible, and you're narrowed down from an entire sector to like a corner of it, but you're trying to refine your search pattern even more.
Yep. Go ahead and have a threat.
All right. So I need.
And I'll be assisting if that's all right.
Yes, you may assist.
Someone have the ship?
Second.
Wait, that's a gong. That's an 18.
Yeah, that's not a crit. It fail. But we do get it. You've narrowed down on the search field significantly. It's down to instead of just as an entire light year corner, you've narrowed it down to 3 possible systems, and from there, you've kind of ruled out a couple of the long range charted star systems. So like, well, this one doesn't have any viable planets. This one is too unstable. So you've narrowed it down to a single uncharted star system.
All right.
Nominally named J3EX 7793.
should be here in. Is that supposed to be Jex?
No, it's J3X. It's a unofficial catalog
No,
destination.
that was in character.
Oh goodness.
So, here then. We have our heading.
We have our heading. So we know Latin Man, the Hulk, and Hawkeye are still at large. We have the Black Widow, and we have Captain Fred. I would suggest that we interrogate those two and try to get the layout and the forces and any traps they're aware of, see if they're willing to divulge that information.
That is certainly a possibility. They are still in Starfleet custody on board our Starbase Aegis, and yeah, let's jump through a little bit of hoops because they're not directly in your custody. So present security difficulty 2. Just to arrange the interrogation meeting.
Anyone with security want to do that? I mean, technically I can roll for it, but I probably shouldn't.
Yes, I will take care of it.
All right.
She's still on the map.
Would you like some help?
It's only difficulty 2. I got this. Give a threat and get it done.
1 threat.
There you go.
And there it is. You have a interrogation meeting set up. In the meantime, Captain and Calder, you've been asked to Admiral Nea's office. You may bring in Commander Ross as well if you feel the need.
If
But-
Ross wants to go, he could go.
Ross, would you be willing to come to the Admiral's office?
I haven't heard him say anything. I was wondering if we maybe lost him for a moment.
We did lose him for a moment, so I guess you're going by yourself, Calder. Ross is indisposed at the moment and will meet up with you later.
Oh no.
So you walk into the Admiral's office. Not quite ops, but adjacent to it. So, Calder, it appears as that we have. It appears that you were right that the Latium Man was hiding out in the Devil's Triangle. If these preliminary reports are correct.
Yes, it seems like it's the best place to hide from the Federation if you know command level protocols.
Yes, which is kind of concerning in its own right. However, given this information, I have this for you. And she slides over a pad.
Okay,
Or-
I'll read.
Probably
I'll
more
look at it.
accurate. Or more accurately, just forward the file to you.
Okay.
You have a new directive. You have the new directive of capture. Yes, I'm trying to write this out on string. Capture the Latium Man and all assets of his from the Devil's Triangle. Unfortunately, the Federation Council is giving you a time window of this. Yes, you only have 72 hours within the triangle to search and detain him. After that, you are after 72 hours, you are ordered to make a due course out of the triangle.
Good question. What if I find Latin Man on the cusp, the last hour? Do I report it and then return back, or just report it and then continue on to capture?
That would be up to you, but the orders are that you are to be outside of the triangle, the Devil's Triangle region, and by a 72-hour period.
Okay.
However, if you were to take extra time to detain him, I do not see any reason why. So long as that extra period is reasonable. Oh, don't take an extra 3 days in there. And your new directives. This also means that with a directive, you have a extra value or something to lean on in order to gain a determination, or something to break should you need a determination as well. But officially, you have 72-hour time period within the Devil's Triangle to find and apprehend him, or at least drive him out of the region. If he's outside of the Devil's Triangle, you can continue pursuing him and lock him down on another day if need to. But the Gungnir has to be outside the triangle within the 72-hour period. And you're ordered to capture the Latium Man, bring him in and alive, and apprehend and all of his assets.
Okay.
Any questions or reasonable request?
Will I have assistance?
Yes. Yes, the Rampart is able to traverse within the Rampart is able to traverse within the system. the Ecliptic does not have the required warp drive to go in, but you can pull them for sensor or analysis. And the Achilles has been pulled to do your rear guard or an assault from a different angle, but they're under the same 72-hour restrictions.
Okay.
Yeah. Rampart and Achilles can traverse within the triangle. The Ecliptic physically cannot.
Okay.
And Achilles. All right. These modifications have been made to the mission's directive sheet underneath notes and bulletins. And Fox, I believe you have an appointment to beat some information and out of some prisoners.
That's probably more what you can expect, because, again, he did the punching. Other people did the talking.
Yes.
Just don't be second Batman movie.
Sorrel's going with him.
Okay, good.
You assume that Fox is the Batman of this story.
If you're the Batman, who's the Joker?
Sorrel.
He's more of the corrupt cop that just beats their detainees.
Guys, we're mixing metaphors here. We gotta stick to Marvel here.
Wrong universe. Wrong universe.
My metaphor still works.
So
Corrupt cops are
Punisher
in the
then.
universe.
Punisher,
Yeah,
right,
more
yeah.
Punisher. Given how he reacted with the Silk Road trader, definitely more
Yep.
Punisher.
Yep. You have. Oh, and the Black Widow is under custody. Unfortunately, because of the Black Widow's physiology, they are not physically able to go into a standard interrogation room. So you're gonna have to do that in a cell block.
That seems reasonable.
Because, if she gets below 250 degrees Celsius, she starts cracking.
Right.
Literally. Who would you see first?
Well, we've had Fred for a while. I would suggest we start with Widow.
Yay, I get to use my voice changer more. I think my voice changer's up.
I used a voice changer with my players, and they liked it the first time and then just decided they hated it.
Yeah, I get the feeling with voice changers is one of those use sparingly things.
Yeah.
You do Jessica Rabbit?
No. All right, let's see if this works. You are brought to a cell block. It is mostly empty except for Queen Bezrael. Well, I guess just Bezrael. She's not really a queen anymore. Bezrael and Fred down at the end, but the security officers do offer you a privacy screen.
All right.
The Tholian Queen herself is in a larger detention in cell, and it has a force field in front of it, and it also has a environmental old glass screen, a physical barrier between the two. And inside, it holds the hot, gaseous, its native environment and of her home.
Well, I hope she's comfortable.
Not really, because of her skills, as they haven't given her anything more or advanced than a 10-pin calculator.
Well, that's what happens when you are at the heart of a spy syndicate. You get caught. You have unpleasant experiences. All right,
what questions do you ask of me?
Like, as soon as you walk up, she just speaks through the synthesizer.
We would like to know what are the forces that the Latium Man has at his disposal. How many, any kind of traps that he might set, and if so, how to get around them.
Oh, and as soon as Black Widow enters the scene, I generate 2 threat, because she's that cool.
All right.
But additionally, she says,
Why would I know such things? I was stationed on the other side of the region.
You're a spy. You collect information. Probably know more about what the Latium Man has than the Latium Man.
I'm a spy by career. I'm usually compensated for the information I gather.
Indeed. Would you? What kind of compensation are you looking for?
Freedom?
Yeah, that's probably going to be a tough ask. Anything else?
Tell me precisely which laws of your federation that I violated. I was merely listening.
Yeah, we have something called conspiracy. It's what you were doing. And it makes you just as guilty as those who did it. So, I mean, you're looking at, let me do the calculations. How long does your species live?
I actually could not find. I found conflicting information of either they were very short-lived and have expansive memories, or they were incredibly long-lived, to the order of centuries. So you have just about as much information as that.
Right. Well, I don't know how long your species lives on average, but let's just say you're going to be in for a long time. Now, that can be there could be a range of experiences associated with that incarceration. some things that might be done on your behalf, should you prove cooperative.
Again, and you and your kind speak in vague terms and pleasantries. Give me something concrete, I can give you something concrete.
Well, I'd have to speak with my captain to see if some kind of compensation can be concretely offered to you. All right. Sit tight, and Mr. Fox here and I will be back with you. All right, I'm gonna get the captain on the horn.
Do you want to be outside of her?
Yeah.
You turn off the mic.
Right.
Captain Calder, you just got done with your meeting with Admiral Naya, and you get a message.
Calder here.
Captain Calder, this is Commander Sorrell. I've just got through interacting with the Black Widow. She suggests that she might be willing to provide concrete information on the Latium Man and his forces and capabilities, but requires some compensation in return. She asked for her freedom. I told her that was out of the ballpark, but I don't know exactly what sort of accommodations she could be offered in terms of, I don't know, a lenient sentence of some kind.
I'd say either a less than sentence and make sure she at least spends her time comfortably.
Okay.
Did you also throw in other evidence of more than just like the actual evidence of her hacking, harming our Federation vessels?
Yeah.
Captain, other than the fact that she has gained knowledge on us as well as other powers in the region, she has made no inference that she knows anything else. She is seeking something from us that might not actually give us anything useful in return.
Well, that would be the conditions. So if she gives no information, she's not going to get anything that we offer her. Quid pro quo, I believe is the term you humans use.
So if a Tholian doesn't have access to other Tholians to pass along their consciousness with, they pretty much cease to exist, I would guess.
Yeah, it again, that was kind of beta canon.
Yeah.
In that at the Tholian hive mind was the thing, and the consciousness has very long lifespans and the body doesn't. So I'm not sure how to take that within in our game. I'm going to say that this information is kind of rumored but not really confirmed, and that the Tholians keep all of that internal because that's kind of a weakness of theirs. So it's suspected but never confirmed by a Tholian ambassador, and no one has any physiological evidence of them because, well, if they die and you bring them into our atmosphere, and their body shatters like glass. But there is that evidence of the Tholian locusine. That interacted with the original Enterprise and the Enterprise D.
And the Defiance.
And the Defiance.
So I'll go back and offer her a potential reduction in sentence and a premium cell conditions environment for her, tailored to her species, should she prove cooperative in a tangible and concrete way.
We look, and Fox would add on to that the information we seek and nothing that is superficial. Telling us that the Latium Man is already where we know he is not helpful to us.
Correct.
So see if you could go in a way to kind of act that giga patch.
Yeah, I'll throw that in as well.
One moment.
Okay, difficulty 4.
Let's see. Click this, and
Just tell her
then.
she's going to the penal colony on Hoth.
Oh, did I screw that up?
What do we have for the equivalent of Tholian in New Zealand?
Yeah, they have no idea how pertinent and that gigapatch information is going to be, and exactly how expensive if it's going to be. So yeah, spoilers.
Which
And back. All right. Presence command and difficulty 4 to present and this information. Present these conditions you have to her.
Can I use composure as a focus?
In what manner?
Well, I want to present this deal in as calm and confidently as possible, so that she takes it seriously.
At increased complication.
Do I want to increase comp? Nope. Let's not do that. Not with what I'm rolling here. Well, we have no momentum, so I'm just going to have you take all the threat.
How much?
All of it.
We're going full swing, full 6.
Full swing. Yeah, full swing. Full swing.
with Fox assisting.
Yes, you would be assisting. Nice. She hears your terms. It was specifically of a reduced sentence in favorable conditions. Was there something else I'm missing?
That's what we offered, and what we wanted was concrete information on the capabilities and forces of the Latium Man and the insights into the Gigapatch.
Your terms are vague and unspecific. I can give you as accurate information as what you gave me.
Are you wanting to know the specific number of years that you're going to get cut off your sentence? Is that... You haven't been sentenced yet. It's hard to give you anything more specific than a promise of a reduction. As for your accommodations, we can be very specific on those in that respect.
Specify.
And I give her what we know about the sort of ideal conditions for Tholian, and offer that to her for the extent of her incarceration. A planet that will meet her I don't know if biological is the right word, but physiological needs.
I know that you are our Federation and will go out its way to keep me alive. If you would not place me in your inhospitable environments. So specifying an immutable environment and for me is meaningless.
Well, there are environments in which you can live but not live comfortably, I'd assume.
Is a Federation resorting to torture now?
I don't think failure to
Fox-
provide
Fox just-
ideal.
Fox just taps Sorrel on the shoulder and then mutes the cell.
Okay.
She's stalling. She doesn't. If she was going to be stalling and trying to bargain for a better deal than we can give her.
I'm not really suited for interrogation, but doing what I can here.
I have a suggestion for what Fox could do right now. A little inside check to see if she's bluffing or not.
I will allow
let's
that.
do
Posed insight security versus her present security.
Okay.
Do I have a focus? I do not. I am going to increase your complication range by 1 based on her trait of Tholian. They're kind of hard to read.
I mean, they don't have mouths, so it's kind of hard to.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't
I am
exactly have
going
humanoids'
to-
facial expressions.
Yeah. I'm going to give you, rather, 3 threat.
I'll spend it. I'll spend that right back. Do you have a focus?
Best case, tactics. Anything else doesn't really apply for this.
Not really.
Yeah.
Any talents or traits?
The closest for this would be constantly watching. And even then, that's really stretching it.
What's the text on that read?
When you attempt a task to detect danger or hidden enemies, reduce the difficulty by 1. Like I said, stretching it.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
And as far as traits go, I only have human and stubborn.
All right.
Yeah.
So 4 dice versus 4 dice. Let's go.
All right. And no, I'm not gonna get a complication. I'm rerolling that.
And now we're dead even.
Mm-hmm.
Herm. How can I? Trying to decide if you could succeed at cost on this and what that cost would be, because if you succeed, you do get the information, but I'll just take 2 wait, I can't take 2 threat because as you rolled that away.
Yeah, I got rid of that.
Yeah.
This is legit. This is just a we both rolled 3 situation.
Yeah. I don't think you can succeed at cost here. So it's just a draw.
Hmm.
She is inscrutable.
He's still going to assume that she's stalling. because
No,
stubborn, and
you-
this is the mindset he's in right now.
No, you can totally make that assumption.
Well, Federation, given in what you have told me, I can tell you,
I don't mean to take away from this, but he still hasn't unmuted her.
oh, derp. So she's trying to talk and just talking.
She's trying to talk and just talking to yourself.
Yeah. She can see that they're talking, but she can't hear them.
Yep. She's just standing there, watching.
I would suggest that you alter your line of thought and keep in mind that she is not able to give us what we want.
Well, if she can't provide useful information, then there's no deal.
If you're ready, Commander.
Unmute.
And he does so.
Given what you have presented to me, I am willing to tell you one point of interest.
Go ahead.
The Latium Man is based on a large-scale 9-star base. However, the star base is not immobile. It can be moved from one location into another using a warp tow, and he has done so in the past.
Where did he get this starbase?
Unknown.
Is it fully functional? Is it armed?
It is fully functional and armed and tied into my network. It knows and sees what I've known and seen.
Maybe she could blind it for our approach or something. Make us invisible to their sensors.
Yeah, do we trust her to do that?
Nope.
I will say, that the construction of a starbase was unusual for our Federation and Ferengi standards.
Unusual how?
Da, 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 da.
Unusual in the fact that it did not use a standard fusion drive or a warp core of any sort. It had some other sort of power or source that was much more compact.
This is a singularity drive?
It was not the singularity drive as known by the Romulans.
So something even more unique.
I will also say that the computer systems on the base was much more advanced than any I've seen. Much faster air processing and speed.
I'm gonna hit mute again. Fox, you don't think Latium Man's harnessed the particle that it shall not be named, do you?
Given that
I mean, I don't think you
seen-
two know the existence of the Omega particle yet.
Do we know?
You don't.
we
Nope.
definitely do not.
Yeah,
Only
only
I know.
Yeah.
only Caller
Captain and
knows.
above. Only Captain and above know exactly what that is,
mean, they know
unless an Omega happens.
You
Yeah, I know exactly what it is, but I don't know that we have zero knowledge.
In
Sorrel,
character. No.
in character, Sorrel would know that there is some sort of very bad subspace ace phenomenon that happens within the Devil's Triangle.
Right.
You
And
wouldn't
think
know. You would be able to glean that this would be a very energetic effect, but you wouldn't even be able to approach Ouch using Omega as a power source.
And
Right.
any scans on an Omega would trigger an Omega, which would lock us out of the computers.
Well, it did. We had that. So so it's sort of an inference from those kind of activities. So I'm saying Omega as a player, but I'm referencing it however he would reference it given all the information that he has.
And Fox would not have that information since he was not on the ship at that time.
Right.
Yep. Sorrel, I'm gonna say give me an insight science difficulty 4 on this to see if you can infer that whatever subspace phenomenon in the triangle could be used as a power source. See if you can make that leap. It's quite a leap, but it's not that unheard of.
All right. Sensor operations as a focus.
No.
Quantum mechanics.
I will accept quantum mechanics.
Right. You said 4. Take 3 threat.
I'm trying to be nice and actually give you guys opportunities to gain momentum, but you guys keep asking to do really hard things.
Yeah.
That's where we're at the moment.
Yep.
Gonna reroll the zeros.
You can only reroll one.
One.
With
Oh, that's right. One with bold. Yep.
one with bold.
And it's a 4. I gotta max it. I think I'm just gonna use my determination.
To what value?
Every problem has a solution.
Yes, actually. You can still use that. Now you can use it.
Okay, now
Now you can use the bold. Yep. That's why you save the bold.
All right.
You're not sure how exactly it will work, but if there's some sort of natural phenomenon that is causing any subspace disturbances in such a wide scale, it would have to be a super powerful event. If you were super crazy to harness that event, you can use it as power generation.
Okay, so it's theoretically possible.
Theoretically possible. You can make that inference.
All right. I'll make that inference and start to talk to Fox about it and realize there's no point in that because Fox is
Fox just gives you a kind of dead-eyed look.
Yeah.
Scientist talk. I go
Yeah.
sleep.
Fox, out of curiosity, what is your science score?
A 1?
So anything above of general relativity kind of makes you glaze over, and even then.
He really does not have much of an interest in science at all. He just passed science in the academy.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't stop Sorrel. He'll still try to explain it to you.
But he's also been out of the academy for 30 plus years at this point.
Yep.
Or not 30 plus years, like 20 plus years. Not that old yet.
Yeah, it's Star Trek. We do live longer.
Yeah, but he's not in his 50s, which is where I was putting him. He's still only in 30s, maybe 40s, if we're pushing it.
Well, Mr. Fox, do you see anything else that we can accomplish here? Or?
No, and I don't believe there's anything she can give us or do for us. Giving her any kind of technology would be too dangerous.
You don't believe that her story about this Scale 9 space station that Latium Man.
I don't
operates on?
believe that it is. I don't believe it is as complex as she makes it out to be.
Not advanced like she suggests.
She is signaling that she would like to speak.
All right, unmute.
Perhaps there is one other thing that you would be interested in.
I'm all
As I
ears.
was
See,
was that a joke?
yeah, it might have been a little bit of one.
Two-story species tell a joke to each other.
There was as I was tying into his communication system, there was a particular mechanism within the communication array that I was not familiar with.
Mechanism
It's
within the communications array.
some sort of transceiver like I am not familiar with. It could be possible that he has communication with forces that we are not on the same level with. Thus, to tarry with him would invoke the wrath of such forces.
Some kind of transcendental transceiver.
Possible. I was not able to study it long, nor was I able to tie into it. I was unfamiliar with the operations of this transceiver. However, it was in my way, and I did inquire about it, to which the Latium Man himself became defensive and dismissive. Perhaps that is something in concrete you can use.
Well, should this information prove reliable, I will absolutely hold up my end of the bargain.
Is a bargain and tempting to fall?
Sorry? What was it?
Is a bargain tempting to fall?
Tempting to fall. I'm not understanding.
The fact that you have to hold up a bargain, is it going to fall?
Oh! Shoot, a literal joke. Very good. No, I do not have to hold it up. It's a human expression. Means it will be fulfilled.
I see.
Well, thank you for speaking with us, Black Widow. I'll let you get back to it.
And she moves to the back and sits in the corner.
All right.
Do you wish to talk to Captain Fred at this time?
Sure.
You two are brought into an actual interrogation room, and he is bound to the chair just like last time. With he still has the metallic arm because that's technically a disability device, but you do notice that there's a large bolt on it.
Keep him from doing anything untoward.
Yep. Yeah. It's a restraining device that doesn't allow him to overcharge the arm and do stuff with it.
Gotcha.
So it removes the talent and artificial arm, so to speak.
Oh, Captain Fred.
So I hear that you've captured one of my friends.
Yes, the Black Widow is in custody.
Yes, seeing that very large environmental box roll through was quite exciting.
Indeed. So what can you tell us, Fred, about Latin Man's forces and capabilities. We've located him within the Devil's Triangle, and we're going to take him down.
I mean, you can certainly try, but the Latin Man and is not much of a fighter. He controls at a distance, and he controls with force of personality and Latinum. Pretty much, if you get in the same room as him, he's gonna fall apart.
Oh, typical Ferengi.
Yes.
But he has the Hulk and the Hawkeye and Thor to help him out there on the physical side, doesn't he?
Part of the reason why we were hired. Also as force protection.
Well, he's had his force neutered to a certain respect. What do you think he'll do?
What would a man do who invested everything on Black 9 and the table started to come up and the roulette wheel started to come up red?
Accept his losses and turn himself in.
He's all in on. He's all in on this.
He's all in.
He's gonna try to shake the table, or turn over the table to make sure that the ball never lands.
Does he have that capability?
I think he has the will.
Do you know what he has to do with the subspace disturbances that have been experienced along the Silk Road?
I was already in custody when such plans were in place. There was initial talk about doing something with sabotaging subspace arrays, and then using that as a point to sell resources to repair them. However, the specifics on how that was going to work seemed assured, but the specifics aren't told to me.
I see.
So the fact that he was capable to harness this natural event was peculiar.
Do you know anything about his, at least at the time that you were captured, how many ship complements, weapons arrays, anything along those lines that he might have to deploy if we try to take him down?
Innumerable. He is sitting on a lot of Latinum, and he is investing it into the Silk Road and keeping the Silk Road.
I see. So defensive systems, ships, these would be things that he's likely to bring to bear.
I know that he's hired a lot of Nausicaans, almost.
I was about to say.
Yeah, Nausicaans are under his rule. He has hired out to the Orions, and he does have several Ferengi Decora classes. Several being somewhere to a dozen or so.
Are they? Does he have them out doing things, or are they defending the perimeter of his space station / solar system?
I'm not sure. I wasn't exactly in his payroll, doing his bookings, but I do know that there was a vast fleet out along the Silk Road all around. Hidden in bases, is taking in loot from planets. Trying to make the road float back towards him. And sorry, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
So if any of this is true, it doesn't sound like any kind of fight is going to go in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the space station, he's got a fleet, but the fleet might be spread out. He knows we took out the Widow because he's plugged into her network. So,
And again, Fred is telling what he knew, which was before you guys captured him. So
Right.
He's been out of the loop for a long while. That
Yeah.
fleet might have started breaking up when we started breaking it.
right, or he might have pulled it all into the solar system to,
Mhm.
to turtle there.
All we can be assured of is that he has the station, and it is more advanced than what a Tholian would understand.
Mhm. And this drive, it could be responsible for the subspace disturbances in and of itself, possibly. At least it's theoretically possible.
Latium Man and his associates have suffered several major losses at our hands, so
Yeah.
morale amongst the fleet might have waned,
That's
and
possible.
they might be thinking that his Latinum isn't good enough to keep going up against us.
Sure.
And back. I was overhearing that. I am going to say, Sorrel, we know how the source of the subspace distortion. It was an actual device you recovered from Black Widow's base.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, she tried to destroy it, but you managed to catch that. Yeah.
All
Tried
right.
very, very hard to break it. 9 Tarantula class ships tried to break it.
Wow. Well, Sorrel definitely wants to start investigating that thing. Does Captain Fred, do you have anything else that you think might be useful?
I will warn you of this. Never get in between a Ferengi and his income.
I think that's one of the rules of acquisition.
I don't think it's specifically a one, but it's a good rule to follow.
Feels like a rule of acquisition.
Feels like one, definitely. When you get between a Ferengi and his income, they panic and they throw everything they can and at you to get back to their wallets. They also tend to panic.
Yeah,
Maybe
no
you can
telling
use
what
this.
they're gonna do
Yep.
when they panic. All right. Well, thank you, Captain Fred. That's been useful. Anything you have there, Fox, that you would like to hit him up with?
We've covered everything.
All right. We'll return to the Gungnir and report back to the captain.
On your way back, as you're traveling through the station, let's see, I have to pull up this token. A familiar voice calls up from behind you, Sorrel. Hey, Sorrel! Hey!
Yes. Hello.
Hi, it's me, Leslie. We had a drink a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yes. Hello, Leslie. How are you doing?
Fox, you're just gonna keep walking.
Yeah, he has no reason to stop. He's going to keep walking.
Okay.
They called out to Sorrel, so he seems somebody Sorrel knows, so he's going to keep moving. They're on a station surrounded by Starfleet security. He's not needed at the moment.
Nope.
He did what his task was, and now he's going back to what he's normally doing.
Sure, just leave the man hanging.
Yep.
Leslie goes, so I heard that at the Gungnir was in a pretty big fight recently. Some sort of ship combat and something about at a subspace Kraken.
Well, I'm not sure what details have been classified, but certainly we had an altercation that required repairs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to see that you're okay. Was there any injuries or anything super serious?
It was a bit difficult, and there were some challenges, but the Gungnir crew performed adequately.
Yes. I happen to be Ian System. You happen to be Ian System. I was wondering if you wanted to catch another drink.
Is the drink running away? Does it need to be caught? Or
She laughs.
Sure. Let's have a drink.
Casual socializing, adventurer to adventurer. Because that's what we're out here for, right? Seek out new
Indeed.
life forms, new civilizations.
Yes.
Or in my case, it's very old civilizations, but new ideas about them.
How is that coming? Have you learned any more about the Iosians?
I was actually on my way out there. I'm going to be on the what was the name of that research vessel? She digs in her file. New. That's what I get for not having my notes in the same place. The solar treasure. Yeah, I got that mixed up with something else. Oh, so I knew it had something to do with stars, but I wasn't sure exactly like which star or something. We were we're part of a small research team out of Bajoran University, and we're going to be studying the ancient Iconian site found in the Five Sister system. The Five Sister cluster.
Five Sister cluster. Is that near the Devil's Triangle?
No, it's the other direction.
Other direction.
Yeah.
I thought we blew that up.
You did. Hey, there's another one. There's another one that was found by subsequent research. This is as an actual moonlet.
Well, Leslie, I actually know quite a bit about the propulsion system that the Iconians use. I did a research paper on it. You may be familiar with it. It's I think recently published by the Vulcan Academy of Sciences.
I think I did read that. Something about particular or subspace geometry they used in their gates.
Indeed. It has proved insightful with respect to the subspace disturbances that have occurred.
I see. But records. The initial records are saying that the Iconians were studying some sort of monolith that even they couldn't and crack, and they were pouring all sorts of research into this thing.
A monolith. Located
Yeah.
on a planet or in space?
Apparently it's unsure where it came from, but they kind of put this monolith on a moonlet and built a research base around it.
It's the moon that's not named Io, is it?
Nope,
Okay. It's not Europa, is it?
not yet.
Okay.
It's a baby moon. It's a moon egg.
Interesting. Well, that should be proved to be quite fascinating research.
Mm-hmm. But there's definitely a lot of scare about it. I had to pull teeth to even get onto this research team.
Well, then congratulations are in order. And I tip my glass.
She returns the favor. So, yeah, I'll let you know if we find anything super exciting after I let my publishers know.
So that would be very good. I'd be interested in a collaboration based on what you find.
I'm sure I'm gonna have to run up some sort of chain command and to get Starfleet involved, but yeah, that would be fun.
Yes, fun. Certainly curious.
Curious is probably a better Vulcan in translation for fun, isn't it?
Yes, pretty much.
But we almost got scrapped with that subspace split, but we pushed through and we're heading out in about 2 days.
All right. Well, safe travels for certain.
Yes, to you as well. And keep an ear open, and things could get weird about this.
Well, as you can see, I do have an ear. 2, in fact.
and just before she leaves, she slips you a thumb drive.
Okay.
And goes off in the distance. Meanwhile, Lieutenant and Fox, you make your way all the way up to the Gungnir and meet up with the captain.
Okay.
Or you just make your way back to the Gungnir. Are you going to report in?
Make my way back to the Gungnir.
Okay.
And then
Nothing.
he would just be filing his report on his take of what happened,
Okay.
not actually going to the captain.
Rust, what would you be doing for this 72-hour downtime? Or would you be neck deep in the engines?
Yeah, I was going to say probably focusing on getting the warp drive back online, placing all the parts that we burned out.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the subspace device that we got from the Black Widow, we have any information on that, or are we just going to have to dig into it from scratch?
You are going to have to dig into it from scratch. So So a couple of digging in rolls and some extended task to get into that.
Okay.
Would you like to get started?
Think if there's anything we can do here. Yeah, I'll get
Because-
started on the warp drives. I guess once Sorrel gets back, we'll kind of tear into it together from science and engineering standpoints.
Control, engineering. Yeah, it's a fairly standard thing. Control engineering div 3, and you have the engineering team bonus or engineering team advantage.
You have no momentum. A lot of threat. Wow. Okay. Would a focus in starship power, propulsion, matter-antimatter reactors, would that be of any benefit here?
Propulsion or propulsion will work, definitely.
All right, I'll give you 3 threat for 2 dice.
Dude.
And I'll use bold engineering to reroll that complication.
Hey, we're finally getting some momentum on the board. 2 momentum.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. You are able to very quickly replace the warp coils that are actually designed to be swapped out, but normally staggered. You're now doing them all at once, so that's a little complicated. But yeah, once you finally organize things to get a rhythm into it, you are able to very quickly get that started. And it's about this time that Sorrel, your little meetup is over, and you have a mysterious thumb drive. And does Sorrel go away on me? He did. Sorrel's. So, you work for about 8 hours on this Rost, and Sorrel still hasn't quite come back from the starbase. Would you like to get started on this by yourself and just wait for him to catch up?
That would be efficient, but it sounds like it could be dangerous. I'll wait till he gets back, and then
All right.
we'll futz with it.
Vera, you are a con officer on a ship that is docked. You don't have much to do. What? Yeah, one of those non-travel episodes. Vera, what would you be doing for the past day or so?
Probably just helping to make sure that everything is in order, so that we're flying in dangerous territory. She's probably actually just helping out around the ship because she doesn't really have much else to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you can and throw your hand in and help with the repairs, or there's definitely a lot of paperwork that could be logged. But as you are going in throughout the day, you receive communication from the quartermaster that you have a package that was delivered.
That's strange. She'll go check it out.
Yep. This package would have definitely gone through security screenings. They can't open it because it's marked private, but they know that there's no energy source or explosives in there. And the package is waiting for you in your quarters.
She'll head on to her quarters and see what this is all about.
I'm sitting on your bed, which is kind of like the standard delivery a post. There is a small package about 6 inches wide, 3 inches is tall, and about a foot long. Just a plain delivery package. The barcode on top of it is sent to you specifically, and there is no return address.
She'll kind of not wanting to hurt herself with what it's still a little bit suspicious. At least she'll kind of point it away from her and
Okay.
like use her knife to and open it.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how carefully are you opening this?
A 3.
Control security diff 3. See if you can open this without setting off the bomb. I mean, cutting yourself.
Alrighty. She'll I'll spend a threat just to get the third dice here. I don't have bold, so that's a failure.
Oof. Let's see. And dagger is just plus. It's +2, +1. I think it's +2. And vicious, but I'll leave off the vicious. Oh no. You actually slice your thumb open in pretty bad. As you take five stress, as you just like cut the side of your hand and thumb open, and you're bleeding all over the place.
She'll quickly like grab her blanket and wrap it up before looking over, kind of holding her hand.
I guess technically I should spend 2 threat on that. Let's be fair, I'll spend 2 threat. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's probably gonna need 8 sutures or at least it's the 24th century equivalent of it. It's pretty deep. Not quite bad enough that it would keep you from working, but you should probably get that looked at. Or you can deal with it yourself if you want to be like a badass about it.
Does she have a moment at least to look at what's in the package first?
Yes, that's actually you do manage to open the package. Inside is a collar and a large iron rod.
A collar and a rod, you said?
Collar that would fit a humanoid. But it's very thick and heavy. and it has a O-ring in the front of it. And at the end of the rod is and at the end of the rod is some sort of flat plate with engravings on it.
She'll take a look at what the engravings are.
It is our former clan's crest. You would use this as branding rod to brand your slaves. And you would mark them with a collar or as a show of servitude. And looking closely at the collar, this is an Orion slavery collar.
She makes kind of a face, and she was never a big fan of this part of things.
Mm-hmm. I kind of figured, but and so did the person who sent it.
She'll hit the comm badge. Commander, do you have a moment? And also, can you bring somebody from the doctors? The doctors.
Commander Ross, your comm badge beeps. I'm assuming that's
Ross.
I'm assuming that's the commander you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on, Veer?
Just I got a package. You should come see this, and also, like I said, doctor.
Okay. I'll page sickbay and ask him to send a medtech to Veer's quarters and head there myself.
Press command diff 1. Just see how it goes. Because you're in dock. Why are we having a medical emergency? What happened?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
We're in
oh
dock
no
and
no.
we're repairing a ship, so engineers get hurt all the time.
I can't even make a simple command.
And you crit failed on it. I don't know what happened.
Got back into the engineer mindset and you forgot how to command.
Medical staff's on leave, partying on the starbase or something.
Actually, yes, that's it. Your medical staff is on leave. You call the sick bay and they're like, what? There's no one here.
You just get the either the cleaner or just a security officer that went in to make sure everything is fine. God.
I'll just get a dermal regenerator and go there. Do it my damn self.
Remember, it doesn't go into the skin; it just goes above the skin.
Oh no,
I keep hitting it with the regenerator, but it's not working.
Control medicine diff 1 to find a dermal regenerator. Because which one of these shiny lights is the dermal regenerator?
This one.
This one. You found the shiny light that is the dermal regenerator, and you make your way to. Oops, wrong direction. And you make your way to Vera's quarters, and in the meantime, I'm Vera. You managed to staunch the flow, but you've had to use like most of your a good chunk of your bedsheet to keep pressure on it. And finally, Ross shows up with a dermal regenerator in hand and a confused look.
Okay, so This I just kind of accident. That she kind of gestures while holding her hand is a targeted message.
Jeez, what did you do to yourself?
Oh, I was trying to open the package carefully, and I hit myself with my knife.
It's a hell of a paper cut.
It's a good knife.
I will dermal regenerate the injury.
Control medicine diff 1.
Okay, what could go wrong?
Everything.
Hey, you finally managed to stop the flow. You wave the magic light over it, and it stitches the wound right up. Vera, you're gonna need to remake your bed before our third shift. That sheet is ruined. But Ross, you take a look in the box, and you find a collar and a branding iron of sorts with an unknown sigil on it.
Look, I appreciate the thought, but I'm really not into that kind of thing, okay?
Neither am I. That was the ship that the Hulk and I served on. That was used by them.
So what does this mean? All this coming to you?
I'm going to guess that he found out I was running around the quadrant instead of in a Starfleet prison.
Is it anything special?
I mean, special, not particularly. It's just what you would use to mark, well, the people that were taken. And sold, and so on, and so forth.
I will say that the collar, it's not practical. Besides, if you want to put a leash on someone, but that's on your own duty. But it's more of a symbolic thing. And you symbolically wear this is to say, I'm submissive to you. Chat says, well, you see, when two kinky people love each other very much. But yeah, the collar is more of a symbol of servitude, of someone who is accepting the fact that yes, I am underneath you.
So does he want you to wear the collar, or is he wanting you to put the collar on somebody else?
I'm going to guess it's the former. How to explain it? I did not follow his orders at a point, and he's already been known to be rather violent and vindictive before he got worse and worse and worse.
Vera, I'm gonna stop you there for a second, and I need insight at command diff 1.
Do any of my focuses apply?
History, Orion culture, cultural studies. I might accept piracy at increased comp.
I guess I can use skullduggery. That's about it.
Actually, just a fact of being Orion, you get a focus. Yeah, that's the thing now.
Yeah, fair.
Yep. Actually, you might be able to succeed at cost at this. This could be interesting.
Sure. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. So you do succeed. Remember that Orion and culture looks like the women are underneath and the men are above, but it's actually inversed. And Orion culture, yeah, women are dominant and control everything, and they use their pheromones, and they have the men and on their knees, but they inverse that for outsiders as a means of gaining more control. So that way, Orion women can infiltrate other cultures easily, and then use their pheromones and bring it back into the syndicate. So, females dominant. You're female. He wants you to remember or your place, and his intention of sending these items to you was say you need to use these again. You need to remember your place. You're above these people.
Okay.
The cost, however, is command 3, yeah. And this is going to be intense. Ooh. So you heal the 5. Spend one more. You heal the 5. I have stress. That's with the dermal regenerator, and now you're getting 5 more stress intense as you are kind of having flashbacks to your childhood and being on Orion and all that ugliness from your past that you're trying to get away from. However mentally that manifests for you, you just have a wave of negative emotions and it's about your past in the syndicate.
She looks a little more than a little stressed out at remembering a lot of this, but she'll continue on.
As of this point, mechanically, you have the trait of PTSD, and that will stay until it is treated.
All right then. She kind of is still looking a little bit shaken.
Maybe we need to talk to the ship's counselor.
Maybe in a bit. The whatever his thoughts on it might be, I don't care for it. We'll put it that way. But how did he get it to us is that's he knows where we are.
Well, I'm sure everybody knows where we are. Probably has spies and whatnot everywhere.
And that doesn't worry you that this I want to say your word for it would be warmonger is just running around knowing where we are?
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Be more surprised if he didn't. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to trace these back to where he came from.
I mean, he's probably going to be, if the Latium Man knows we're coming, then he's probably going to be right where the Latium Man is, or coming right for us. One of the two.
There would be a tracking number on this package. Essentially how mail would work is it would just go to the nearest port of call. In this case, it would go to Starbase Aegis, and every time you talk up, hey, here's a mail call. Or occasionally, if you're out on deep patrol for several months at a time, they would just send a courier ship back and forth and give you a mail call. Oh, but as far as the civilian addressing it to you, you would have to address it to the specific person, their unit, their ship. Yep. And then Starfleet mailing services just kind of takes it from there and figures out how to get that into your hands. So someone wouldn't have to know specifically, oh, the Gungnir is in sector 351 and section 2. They just know, hey, I need to get a letter to Ross, so I'm going to address this to Ross, Commander Ross, Gungnir, and drop it off in a box. And then Starfleet Services takes it from there. So they wouldn't have to specifically know where the Gungnir is, but they would have to know that Vera is serving on the Gungnir in some sort of official capacity. Building off that, as just part of the mailing program, there would be a tracking number just to track where this package is in the network, and you could reverse engineer that and find out where he dropped it off. And that could be a hint where he is at this time.
Also, forensically, is there any way to scan either the package or the items in it to see where they may have been recently, like dust, radiation, signatures, that kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. It has been through scans and sensors several times. As mentioned in before, it has been through a security screen where basically they just go, does it have a power source? Does it have any dangerous radiation? And are detecting any dangerous biosignatures? Green check mark, red X. That's all they can know. And if it comes up with red X, then they will open up your package and do a more detailed scan.
Well, I was kind of thinking, is the, like the dust on the collar, is it from XYZ planet, or, does it have a radiation signature from being near a pulsar for a certain period of time,
You can absolutely start digging into this if you would like.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
What is one specific thing you're looking for? You just kind of do like a blanket tricorder scan.
I'll start with a blanket tricorder scan to see if anything catches my attention.
I'm gonna say this is security or science. Control security or science div 3. And hold on for one moment. I need to change that transition. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where this could have come from, but I think I'm going. But yeah, pretty much the Hulk sent this to her to send a symbol. Remember who you are, which is evil. Yeah, and basically doing this just to rattle her cage, but it does also imply that he knows that she's serving as a Starfleet ensign now. So that's terrifying. He did drop it off anonymously, but given a tracking number and the forensic evidence, they might be able to trace down where he purchased these items and also where he dropped it off from. Evil or kinky. Little column A, little column B, they're Orions. Yeah, and you just happen to be in chat for this specific conversation. So that's gonna be fun. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Need a mind. So beings like the Ferengi changelings and any robotics you won't have the ability to read them.
Just checking.
Okay. I am back. Control science or security. Would you like to call in would you like to phone a friend? Pretty much.
Well, I'm thinking forensically, security officer might be more versed in that. Ross to Fox.
Go ahead, sir.
Vera got a package with some interesting items from the Hulk. I was wondering if you might be able to assist in seeing if we can check these items to see where they might have been. Maybe we could use that to track his whereabouts.
It's possible. Though I'm a bit rusty on this regard.
Huh? No forensic specialties or anything like that?
No, sir. I have always been the more physical security officer.
I will say that Calder has forensics and investigation focuses.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody else, for the most part, above him is more of the talking and knowledgeable. Fox is, again, blunt instrument. You want him to go win a fight? He's got you. You want him to go do things like this and interrogate people? He ain't got you.
Hey, Vera, do you mind if we take these to the captain to let him give him a look over?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, we'll go take this stuff to the captain's ready room and see what he can make out of it.
I'll be there in a bit once I fix my bed here.
I'm gonna pick on ya. Fitness is command, difficulty 3, complication 3. As when you're by yourself, looking this over, you see the definite Orion and blood, and it triggers. There's a panic attack.
I was wondering, it's like, wow, making a bed is hard.
I'll use a momentum.
One momentum. Would you like to succeed at cost?
Sure.
You manage to choke back on it, but you are kind of indisposed in your room making your bed for an hour and a half. A task that should normally take 10 minutes.
It's those damn hospital corners.
Wants to make sure she can bounce a dime off the middle part.
Gotta find a dime first.
Got a replicated dime.
Strip of platinum.
There you go.
Meanwhile, Ross has to take the package with the Orion gear to Captain Calder's office. Or would you be meeting in a forensic lab?
We have a forensics lab?
You could? No, wait, you don't have module labs.
The lab.
Yeah, it would just be the lab.
Do we look
Sure.
like? Do we look like the Enterprise D?
CSI Gungnir?
CSI Gungnir. Yeah! Dun, dun, dun. And stop before DMCA. All right.
I mean, good thing Crisp stopped like a half of that. Well, I mean Twitch, but Discord wise, yeah, good.
Discord doesn't care. All right. Yeah, you can be in the lab. Being in the lab would actually help a little bit. But yeah, Calder, you have a box with a collar and a branding iron on it, and
It's not a
it
proposition, by the way.
and it has Orion and blood kind of splattered on the side. So, what would you like to look for first?
I was thinking either dust from where it's been, some kind of electromagnetic signature that's stuck with it. You know, might tell us what star it's been around, something.
Sure. Like control security diff 3, and you just kind of go blanket scan, see if anything unusual. And because you're in the lab, I will offer additional information.
Calder, if you have a focus in this kind of thing, you might be good to take the lead on that.
Yeah. What do we need to go?
Control security diff 3. Sorry, I need to put that in the chat, I guess. Chat right there.
Take a. I'm gonna spend a momentum for a third dice.
Okay.
And do have the focus up again 6.
Okay, and you have the investigation talent, if I remember.
Yes, so if I do succeed, which I do, I get 2 bonus momentum for questions.
Excellent. 3 bonus momentums because you're in the lab.
Nice.
Oops, that's supposed to be bonus. 1, 2, 3 bonus momentum, and then you generate 1 additional. Update the stream. Other direction. I get that mixed up. All right. So we, the materials are actually natural. This is natural leather from an Orion and Beast of Burden.
Korean
And I maybe. Yeah, it's not replicated is what I'm getting at. And same thing with the iron rod, as far as you can see, but the rod is a little more simplistic, so it's harder to tell if it's been replicated. There's no particular radiation about it. You do find some dust, and there are there wouldn't be fingerprints. Yeah, you do find some dust as tucked into the inside of the collar, but no epithelials. It doesn't look like that this collar was worn by anyone or even aggressively touched It wasn't like ripped out of someone's hand. Someone might have lightly touched it, but not enough to leave epithelials. What other questions would you like to know?
Is there anything that shows us where it's been? Anything on the packaging that shows it was on this ship or this some kind of particulates that may have come from a Ferengi ship or anything like that?
I will take that for our momentum. You do find some particular atmospheric residue that is very particular to Federation carbon scrubbers. And you also find on the bottom side a particular metal alloy. As this thing was scraped across the ground, and that metal alloy is particular to a Nausicaan vessel. So, some of the scratches is on the underside. What came from a Nausicaan vessel.
Well, I guess it doesn't give any particular clues onto his whereabouts, but
I can also for our one momentum, I can give you the tracking information.
sure.
The package came to Starbase Aegis is out of the safe system on a particular courier vessel. The Night Beam.
Yeah, well, that's something.
This is an official sanctioned and courier vessel, and this package was just dropped off at a mailing surface, mailing facility somewhere on Safe City. You can narrow it down to a particular shop, but there's no return information, and there's no from your end, and you're not sure or if there's any contact information on this package. Like, was this package being tracked by someone and that address is being forwarded somewhere? But as far as you know, there was no return address. So if this package got lost or was fused, it wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Well, I don't know if any of that's worth tracking down or not, but it is what it is.
That in order to see if someone was tracking the information on the if someone was tracking the information, you would have to ask the courier service themselves. But
So
it isn't
the Night Beam people, or
yeah, it's just a generic courier our business. Basically, just small fast ships that take packages and people between places.
I'll send a message to the Night Beam and see if they have any information like that about that.
It comes back that yeah, we took a run from safe want to say 2 weeks ago. I can give you the exact start dates here in a moment. Yeah, it was about 14 days ago. We picked up a load from safe and brought it to STA. We're now halfway to the Beta Jovan system. But if you want to talk to our office, here's the information. It's fast track X shipping.
Are there any Federation resources in the safe system? Ambassador or any kind of staff?
It is a Federation nation world. There's a farming colony on it.
I'll send them a message to see if they have a list of any of the ships that were in the system the date this was shipped off safe.
Certainly they have no problem giving that information. Ancient to you, it is about 36 ships going in and out. If you want to narrow it down, and you can have to make some rolls for it.
Yeah, I'd like to see if any of these correlate to anything that we know about the Hulk or the Latium Man or anything.
Yeah. Calder, or we have one more float. Would you like to use that for a question?
Can't think of anything right now.
And poof.
Well, we could use it for the ship, right?
Actually, yeah, you can use it to narrow down. Yeah, you can use it to narrow down your window, making this roll a little easier.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a ship task roll. Yeah, reason. Con, a couple dozen ships. You're only looking for or inbound and before or a certain time. And
I'll use
moment.
one momentum.
And there. I'm kind of wondering how much of a wild goose chase Ace the Hulk would do on this. Because he could have very well just hired someone and say, hey, take this package to that side of the system and then bring it back over here. And ship it to this address. But no, he would have just been in the region. Trying to reason this out. Yeah, he could have been in the region, and he could have taken in his personal courier craft, which would have been in unregistered. Which would have made any of this registration anything more difficult. Yep. Okay, I got it. And back to the game. Sorry about that. One momentum for an extra dice.
Yes, please.
I heard. All right.
Can I use determination to re-roll there? Other cultures are interesting. How much to offer?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Oh, come on.
Could lecture succeed a cost.
Okay.
You go through the a list of vessels. None of them seem particularly interesting. In fact, none of the registered vessels stand out. They all seem very legitimate and have very legitimate business. Kind of going on a hunch, you just decide to ask for sensor logs, and there was an unregistered ship in the region, and that went to the planet, landed it for about 4 hours, and then departed. A small scale L2 craft.
Like a Nausicaan Raider?
Nausicaan rails were scale 3. This would be more like runabout size. However, the ship was unregistered and flying without a transponder, which is shady, naughty stuff.
Is any of this information worth doing something with?
For one momentum, you can have that the schematics of that craft, at least its drive signature and such.
Okay, I'll take it. Anyway, rest of crew, is that worth anything doing with, or where are we going with this?
Sounds good to me.
What say you, Captain?
Any other investigation on this or other things that we want to do? Because at the end of the scene, we will move on.
Oh, the subspace device.
Yep.
You want to check it out, Crow?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check in the subspace device. First thing first, we have to take it apart. Control engineering. Yeah, the ship can help with this. Very complicated a device, but at least it's unplugged.
Oh, good. I've never blown up a starbase before.
Yeah, that would be sensors and engineering. And don't you have the advanced sensors?
Yes.
So that'd be Div 3. Because you have really, really good sensors that are able to tell you, okay, if you undo this screw, it'll take this panel off.
And Sorrel's assisting on this one.
Yes.
Would a focus in subspace devices help?
If you have that on your sheet.
Might. No, power systems, propulsion systems. Any relation?
Power systems, if you can, and look specifically into what it's powering this device.
I'm going to activate my Cochrane Certificate of Discovery to gain the focus in subspace theory and to get us an additional bonus momentum on our rolls.
Nice.
Cool.
Any focus from you, hey Rost?
Just the Starship power systems is probably the closest I've got, but
It's not really Starship.
Okay.
Powers.
doesn't hurt to ask.
That's 2, and then the ship. Gain a momentum. And you manage to get the panels off and like slowly disassemble this thing. Now for the hard part. Understanding what the heck you have in front of you.
It's a giant Kinder egg.
Nah, I can't see a reason to increase that. Let's go with reason science difficulty 5. I've assisted by sensor science, and Ross, you can assist with engineering.
Testing a theory?
Yes, I'll let that fire. Then to forward with the sensors, because they're going to tell you what things do.
And I'll spend the bonus momentum plus, I guess that's correct to get to the 5 die.
The bonus momentum comes after the roll.
After. Well, okay,
After
so
the-
I'll spend the one we've got, and then with the
5.
knowledge I'll get a bonus. Then 5, okay.
Yep.
Dang.
Oh yeah, you got this.
Sorelkin science.
To 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 momentum gained. You have a working in theory. This is as fusion powered, or surprisingly, but it was basically a very advanced focused particle generator, and it folded those particles into subspace. It's using a subspace manifold, and it creates these these tetramuons, and then it would decay in a way that caused this disturbance in subspace.
So it's a particle accelerator that folds
all the collected particles into subspace, and basically you would just turn. And interestingly enough, there's no sort of tuning device or different settings you can do. It basically just had one setting, on switch. But everything inside was very particularly engineered to make it do this one function.
And the purpose of it, I mean, other than Is our presumption that the purpose was to create those subspace distortions? Is that kind of what it was for?
Yes, the only thing this could possibly be used for or is creating subspace distortions. There's no other controls. There's no other experimental thing it could have done. It was very precisely and only engineered for this task.
Okay.
I wonder what that would do in the Devil's Triangle.
Please no.
Oh yeah.
That's a way to get the entire fleet on our asses.
No,
And I don't just mean in game.
No, that's a way to like implode the entire galaxy, possibly the local group.
That's why I said, and I don't mean in game. But that doesn't just fuck our game. That fucks all the canon games.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm excited and want to do it.
Again, you did this to yourself, author, by giving it to them.
Well, looks like we're ending the 10th fleet.
We're ending the universe.
It's fine. We get a reboot. Everything gets reset.
Hey, Ferb, what do you want to do today?
I don't know, Phineas. Let's end the universe.
Chat says, how to make all the canon GMs hate you in one easy step.
In one easy step.
You can just write it off as a dream or an alternate universe.
Yeah, there we go.
you know.
We wake up. Bobby's still alive. He's in the shower.
You know what? I'm gonna get ahead of this. In the point of taking apart there are some critical components you had to break and disassemble. So even if you put it back together, or the music box won't sing again.
We weren't going to use
Ooh.
it, but now we're definitely not going to use it.
Yep.
That's okay. I have time. I will learn.
The device mysteriously disappears, and all data.
Oh no!
All data on it is locked to Fleet Admiral and above. The only people that can access it are the Fleet Admiral
feel like
and
we're on
the
a-
President.
I feel like we're on a road with rails.
Yeah, this is basically reality bomb level stuff. Let's not.
All right then. I'll quit my tinkering.
I'll
for
be
now.
absent for that episode if they actually manage to do it. I had no knowledge of it. They did it on their own.
So, you found out that this device was very specifically built for only one purpose, and it was made in such a way that taking apart broke some critical components.
All right. I've got to run for about 10 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, I'll replicate a new one.
No.
Interestingly, the computer can't replicate any of the components.
Then I'll build it from scratch.
Build it.
Knowledge of without
Um,
knowledge of how to actually build the components you broke.
Actually, Rust.
Uh-huh.
There might be something. I think there's something you guys aren't quite picking up on. Yeah. Insight Engineering Div 3.
I'll give you 3 momentum.
You mean you take 3 momentum?
Yes.
Yes. Woot. Gain 1 back. No, 2 back. This wasn't an experimental device. This didn't have any knobs, dials, sliders, errors, or anything to tinker and tweak to get this thing to work just as right. This thing was purpose built exactly with the knowledge of how to make it do the way it does, and is also purposely built so that you can't mess with it and make it do anything else. So whoever designed this thing was extraordinarily familiar with this and wanted to make sure that no one could mess it up. This is an idiot-proof box.
So they gave it to idiots to put where it was and use it and not mess it up.
Mm-hmm. And it is made so precisely using technology and science that we barely have a grasp on.
What was the purpose of creating the subspace distortions? We figured any of that out?
You figured out that creating the subspace distortions is affected its subspace travel and subspace radios. But as for motivation, you're still kind of you're still sussing it out. Although the gigapatch is a concerning factor.
More so what we figure is that it's just another way to control the Silk Road. Potentially beyond if they do this on a wider scale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Makes sense. I didn't know if that was just a happy side effect.
Yeah, that seems to be the way the dominoes are falling. But yeah, who would know how to make this technology, let alone dumb it down enough to make an idiot box?
Can we do some form of knowledge check?
Sure. This is a wild ballpark theory I'm trying to get yourselves else to. Insight Command Diff 4. And you know what, let's have some fun with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Take a threat, GM.
I'm spending 6 threat, and we're going to increase that comp range to 4.
Okay, I'll take a threat, GM, and I'm going to spend 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Okay.
What kind of what we related to before? Can we do some kind of forensic checks on the device itself to see who built it? You know, whose DNA is on it, who was, you know, putting it together.
Absolutely. That could totally be a thing. You managed to get it with 1 to spare. So 1 momentum gained. Make that true in roll 20. You know what? I'm gonna whisper this into you, Calder.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, new account. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it wrong? I want the roll to find DNA to get a red 0, and it just comes back. The only DNA is Sorrel and Rost.
However much fun that would be.
Yeah, we're not trying to destroy the universe or take over the system or anything like that. Shifty eyes. Well, that would be a good plot line, though.
Has it been long enough that Vera has
This
like
4.
finished up?
Yes, you would have finished up at this point.
She'll start making her way to them then.
I can't spell.
Two theories. One, advanced aliens, or two, they get help from the future.
Given that we have been seeing that there is some future benefactor sending messages to us, it's
They
more
can-
than likely that they have their own counterpart.
Yeah. They can see the future.
They can
Because
see the future.
because in all honesty, temporal agents wouldn't really be sending people knowledge like this unless there was some kind of counter force with it.
And they would also send it this way, so that way someone in the past couldn't glean too much information from it and affect the evolution of the technology in the first place.
Enough to disrupt the timeline in their favor, but not enough to muddy it so that it's not enough to make it so that they're obvious.
Yep.
He being the pawn in some temporal war.
Mm-hmm.
Vera, at this point you can, and you finally got your bed sheets. It's sorted out. Where would you like to go?
She's gonna go find them.
Okay. You find the most of the senior air staff in a laboratory on deck 6, and they are looking over both your box and the subspace distortion device. And the captain's just come to the realization it came from the future. They can see the future.
Captain, everybody.
Finished making your bed finally?
Yeah. Was any of this useful at all?
Well, I think we were able to track down where the package was posted and the ship that posted it. We have some physical data on that. And then this thingamajigger looks like it's from the future. But for some reason, people don't want to activate it in the Devil's Triangle. Go figure.
I'm just gonna hard GM rule that's impossible. We're not doing that.
Potential for galaxy-ending fucking nonsense. Yeah. Hard reset the entire timeline for the 10th plate. Yeah, sure. That won't get however many canon GMs are out there to just want to hate us forever. Would probably also get us kicked out of playing any canon game for the foreseeable future.
Or we could just break off and become our own canon and in game and just break the universe. Just fracture the
Blackjack
timeline.
and hookers.
Yes.
So it'd be a plot line worse than that, huh?
Yes.
Burn only made it impossible to travel at warp. This makes it impossible to live.
Actually, the burn didn't make it it just made dilithium extraordinarily rare and blew up a heck of a lot of ships. It didn't do anything to subspace, but it affected dilithium.
Yes, but our ability to travel at warp is dependent on dilithium, so therefore, thusly, it did make it relatively
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, that too.
Just get some mushrooms.
Anyways, canon aside.
That's good. I'm glad that at least something came of it.
So what exactly are we going to do with all this? You guys don't want to blow up the universe. What do you want to do?
Not blow up the universe?
And threat that the Latium Man and his associates pose.
And Sorrel's not here. So we can't follow up that line.
Nope.
Calder, or at this point, you're getting some fleet information and about some of the movements about the sector.
Okay, what am I getting?
Increase East Orion and Noxian ship movements. They seem to be moving in small packs of 2 or 3. There's a lot of them moving around. None of them appear to be violent, but they are settling. But they are settling or setting course towards some of the major colonies, and particularly Beta Provonis. Which is the planet they found you on, which has a fledgling civilization of 100 people or so.
Oh, good news. They're not moving in mass to the triangle. Bad news. They're moving to planets that we don't want them to be at.
Is this the fleet? Latinum fleet?
Possibly.
It's Nausicaa and Orion, so...
Sounds like them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like Fred Wood could confirm that these ships are Latinum Man's. So that does Naya know about this?
Naya's the one who forwarded it to you. This was just like general fleet information.
Okay,
Like, hey, we're
what
tracking ships. Oh, hey, maybe Calder should know about this.
Okay, what ships do we currently have to protect the systems?
We have the Gungnir, Achilles, Ecliptic, Rampart, Naya's as flagship, the Monarch, which is pretty much just going to stay a near Aegis. And we also have the Katana and the Rapier, a couple Miranda classes that have been added.
Do I have a war map?
Let's go to the war map and let's kick up the music.
Oh god, I got a war map.
It's okay, they have a cream for that.
All right.
Still experimental and gives more rashes than it cures.
No. I wanted my battle music. Give me my battle music. Okay. Do I have a symbol for the bad guy ships? Let's see, that's gone. All right, I'm just gonna use Frankie because we all know who they work for.
Yeah. Okay. And
This is the Silk Road. We have ships here. Heading here. See, Braytalk and Rampart. Rampart and Ecliptic are moving into Aegis. Braytalk is moving here. And each one of these tokens represents a small squadron of a weight of 10 scale. So 10 scales, spread across several ships.
Are these just movements, or where they're going?
This is where they're currently located.
I mean, with that one right there, I feel like the Monarch would go there.
Yeah, the Monarch Arc would go there. How many others do you want to take out? Oh, one more. There's one more colony down here. And
We have to prioritize more key targets, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, this kind of going to my plan of using the Rampart, the Ecliptic, and the other ships that we have to be some form of like as a way like we attack at a certain angle, so that way when they leave, their only escape route is between
trying to flush them out into the guns of the Achilles kind of idea.
Yeah, either in the path of the Achilles, Rampart, or Ecliptic.
Any of those ships have the drive signature from the ship from Safe?
You are unable to tell at this time.
We've got a lot of Nausicaan and Orion ships moving around. They're all going to be the larger ships, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I mean, with this mass deployment, we might have a major advantage for going to where Latium Man is.
That is definitely an interpretation of this.
What about the Ferengi ships, then?
No Ferengi ships have been reported moving along the different systems. It's just been Orion and Nausicaan. That part of the Latium fleet is probably in orbit around his station.
Okay, so I think the best case is to have all of the ships that we have available to focus on protecting our colonies. And,
Okay.
And we go in towards the base. Thoughts?
Sounds like a plan to me. We need to take them out as fast as possible. Cut off the head, so to speak.
Well, the head's in the Devil's Triangle.
Yeah, so
I'd think, if possible, just send the Rampart, the Eclipse, and try to talk to the Braytalk, and then use the Mirandas to help with the key colony world that they're going to, and then the Gungnir and the Achilles still go after Latium Man.
that sounds good. And maybe I don't know if they would be okay with having the the Monaco go out because the if I recall, Aegis does have some weapon upgrades.
It does have some weapon upgrades, but it would be, yeah, it would kind of be a sitting duck if too many ships come after it at once.
Oh, doesn't Aegis have a fighter wing?
Let me double check. Did we add a fighter wing? I thought we did. It does have a fighter air wing, so it can hold itself off for a little bit, and the Monarch could go after this guy.
Okay, let's have the Monarch move there, and we could both move. One idea is if we want to at least give some leeway to the fleet, just do this and then this, or just like if we just want to do the whole plan, like I doubt it's good. I feel like the Achilles could just take this out in less than the problem and come back with a lot of time to just wait and prevent them from escaping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the status of the Maxwell plank?
Actually, this wouldn't be the Maxwell plank. This would be the Kismet is the guard fleet here. Which would be Luna. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That token. She's under a new crew, but he's ready and willing.
Like I'd have them deploy out and at least form a wall in case they're moving here. Like just to intercept them.
Intercept them? Yeah. Yeah, they could definitely do that. And the Monarch is going to kind of intercept at this one and keep these guys out. What about the Katana and Rapier? They're kind of up here by Jovan.
What serious worlds are near there that the pirates are going to?
Probably Jovan on Bellatrix. We have the Bellatrix system here, safe system down here. Beta Provonus, which isn't a critical target. Then we have Gamma, Draconis, Takadente, Sertania. Keswick's system is here.
Any chance Bertark can call into some friends? There's a glory.
There would be glory. Do you have any favors, Ers with your with J-Tog?
I mean, no. All I got is 2 favors from Nea.
Well, with the favor of Nea, she and get the Monarch out. And I know I spelled that wrong. I'll fix it in a minute.
Yep.
Presence command. He's a captain, not in your chain command, but you can certainly try.
I think best case is to pair up the Ecliptic and Rampart, because I don't think the Ecliptic can handle stuff on their own.
Probably not. Now I'm kind of wondering if I can tap someone from House Subkita to do a crossover. 10 years in the past. That might be fun.
That does sound fun.
I will see if I can and get that to happen, and otherwise press Command F3 to see if you can raise anyone else.
Okay, threat and 2 momentum for 4 dice. Leadership as a focus.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, that should be presence, but I still nothing really changes.
Yeah, nothing really changes. Okay, no momentum. Haha! These pirates make this big move. It would be a glorious is to see them burn. I'll contact my house and see what I can do.
Thank you.
And as far as how much the Klingons are going to be involved, that kind of depends on them. Although this is kind of skirting into their airspace.
I mean, we're more reasonable than a pirate syndicate.
Yeah, that is also a thing. Yep, there's that. Where do you want the Ecliptic and Rampart fleet to go? Draconis, Sertania. Sertania is more populated, but Draconis does have more valuable resources.
I mean, the problem with what we're currently dealing with, there is no way to just make a line.
It's hard to make a line in space because they just fly over you.
Well, the metaphor line, like at least just some form of choke point, because they are already deployed.
Yeah, they were kind of hiding in the weeds for this, and they just kind of all sprang up at once. And then 4, 5, 6.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Don't say yes when I say oh no.
Oh, maybe.
Oh god, we are in danger.
I'm in danger.
It's gone past that point already.
It is at this point that Bailey from communications pipes up. Sir, all civilian and communication traffic has stopped.
Can you figure out a cause?
Sir, it's probably the virus that went through.
It is probably the virus. Bailey stoops to frequencies. Frequencies are fine. I'm just not receiving anything. And welcome to the library, Olive Beetle. Glad to see you come in.
So that would mean we just sent all of them out, and now we have no organization on them.
No, civilian.
Yeah,
Civilian.
Yeah, only systems.
Okay,
Starfleet-
only-
Yeah, you missed
Yeah.
that key description.
No, I thought Bailey was implying that it was also happening to Starfleet
Nope.
communication. That's my bad.
Okay.
No, Starfleet systems have been in patch, but also civilian traffic is out.
We should deploy Linnebuck carriers.
That's totally a thing.
It might take a long time. There is a chance that this could be too late, but setting out these Linnebucks could give us altitude reports of these planets.
Yeah, because they've gone radio silence as their radios just brick themselves.
Okay. 1 momentum and 2 threat for 4 dice.
Let's have a little fun with this. 2 plus 2 more.
Increasing that comp. Also, wouldn't the ship be assisting?
Yes it would. Comms command.
Okay, so someone will go the ship for me while I do this.
And you also spent that 1 momentum, didn't you? 2 and 2.
That 18 should be a fail. Well, a crit,
complication.
but
Yeah.
I get to legal because of bold.
Crit. No.
The opposite you wanted.
Ah. All right,
We
4.
gained 3 momentum.
That is 3 momentum. You can definitely deploy runabout couriers. They'll get there as fast as they can. Right now.
Sorry.
Uh,
You finish off.
Yeah, right now you have enough to go to 2 systems that you can get an additional 2 more per momentum.
I'll use my Medal of Honor to get 2 more.
All right, so 4 more systems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there's 2 or 3 more systems that are left without a courier.
Okay, I'll use momentum to do those. Well, how many of the systems don't have any Federation ships coming at them?
Oh, that is also a consideration. With the ones that already have Federation ships coming to them, the 2 momentum would cover the rest. So we have runabout couriers are setting out right now.
Okay, I think safe for the Gunnebuck a safety. Give them the weapon packages.
Yep, that's easy enough to do. Normally this would cause escalation. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, they are already escalating.
True. Sorrel, are you back with us?
Oh yeah, I've been listening.
Sweet. You still have that thumb drive you haven't looked at.
I would like to look at the thumb drive.
Scrolling. You get 2 things on the thumb drive. Dupe. One of them is a simple text file, and the other one is a long scientific article on the Iconians. A scientific dissertation and paper not written by IU. It's concerning sociology and cultural studies.
What's the text file I have on it?
I sent it to you.
That's what it's got on it?
That is the only thing on that entire text file. That hexadecimal code.
What does Darrell know a hexadecimal code would be useful for?
A key code of some sort.
Key to what?
Yeah.
It's something Iconian related.
I mean, that's my assumption, but okay. I'm gonna skim the scientific article on the Iconians. What do I learn?
How fast are you skimming?
Oh, law school fast.
Oofta. All right. And the computers can help if you want them to like look for key codes, keywords and stuff.
Yes.
Yes, because starships do have the power of Control F.
That's right.
Even simple, because all you gotta do is tell them to do it. Gotta push any buttons.
Take a threat.
One threat. You managed to get at the fact that Iconians appear to have a very interesting relationship with time. Their some of the language analysis shows that their directional adjectives is for here, before me, behind me, are the same ones they use for past, present, and future. And people have seen this before, but the way the language is used implies that there might be a physiological reason why they use the same adjectives for both temporal and spatial dimensions.
A physiological reason specific to the Iconians?
Yes, like the Iconians perceive time and space as a little more blended than other races.
I see.
There is also a tag in the article referencing the idea that maybe the Iconians are temporally locked, and they gain their memory. They store their memories on chronoton based engrams. Chronoton based memory engrams in their own brain. And that might account for them actually perceiving time I'm a little more physically than the rest of us.
Okay. And then I have a key code to some Iconian device that I don't have.
Could be Iconian, it could be a Steam code for a free game, and it could be a password. Yeah, it could go anywhere.
All right.
Well, pocket that gun, Chekhov.
All right, I will pocket the Chekhov's gun and hope it will go off at some point.
No, I wouldn't do that.
We know you.
Shh. It's fine. It's fine.
Just so long as it's not a request for me to beta test a new game.
Shots fired.
All right. So, Naya and you are scrambling to deploy ships. Where do you want the Achilles to go? Did you want them to try to hit this and anchor here? Hit that and then anchor here, air to hammer and anvil the Latium Man's base.
We don't know how much damage will happen, so we might be this might be a bad idea, but have the Achilles try and prevent these pirates from doing damage to our key colonies.
And so you're going in by yourselves.
I mean, if we
No, you're fine. It's your choice.
I meant what would happen if we brought the Achilles with us.
They would be able to do a pincer maneuver and cut off the Latin man's escape.
Their chance of capturing the Latin Man.
Yeah, that's...
Again, we don't know how many forces the Klingons are bringing in, so diverting the Achilles and then having it be met with destroyed Nausicaan and Orions and just a bunch of Klingon ships would be useless.
Yeah.
So having them hit this and then go into a formation to pincer with the Latin Man would be the best case scenario for our forces.
Yeah.
Agree.
Maybe we can use the chaos to get the drop on Latium Man as well.
I mean, I doubt the Latin Man's and will be chaos.
No, but if we could somehow make him think that we were responding.
Make him. So I'll send out a false report or saying that you're gonna go defend this colony. So Latin Man thinks, oh, no Starfleet official is gonna come for me. I can just sit back and can sip martinis and oh crap, there's a whole starship outside my door.
I understand. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it look like we're jumping to deal with the fleet instead of him. So that make it seem like that's more of our concern than he is.
Yes. Let's. Yeah. So, but by doing that, we should have. Yeah. So pretty much, this is saying I don't have access to the Gungnir token.
That's silly. Oh, because it's not actually tied to the Gungnir. USS, there. Presence command. I'm gonna make this presence command and opposed by insight command. But the Gungnir can help with if communications command, and any player can also help. Yeah, any player can also help with assists, or you could pre-roll and make an advantage if you think of something.
I wouldn't mind pre-rolling, try to make an advantage, trying to be like, I know what sort of tricks wouldn't work due to my due to her like piratey nature.
So kind of get the lowdown on how they would be listening to our comms and like angling the false information that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Control security. Div 3. And the ship can help. Computer security.
And because I'm in this seat, I can use con instead, right?
Yes.
Okay. Take a threat. Somebody have the ship?
Give me a minute, as I exit out of the ship.
I'll get it.
Actually, if you shift click on the token, it should bring up the sheet. Shift double click. I just found that. Thanks, Mag, for telling me about that. All right, 1 momentum, and we have 1 advantage.
I now have the power of God. Thank you.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that was pretty shocking to me. It's like, oh, hey. That's only if the token is assigned a sheet on the GM side. If it's just a plain token, the game doesn't know where to go.
Yeah,
All right.
that makes sense.
We have 1 advantage of an idea of pirate psychology. Anyone else want to tee up? Sorrel, how do you want to help?
I'd like to deploy gyro.
To what end?
So we're coming in on Latium Man, right, in his spaceship.
Not yet. You're still a dock.
We're setting up the false report at the moment.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you're starting.
Currently, we are pretty much in the
Situation room.
what? Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
I'm confused.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in the equivalent of the Fire Emblem deployment page.
I was watching the Gungnir and it was in the triangle. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
let's do this.
No,
This is just
ignore. This is what we're doing, not what,
Uh,
is what
also-
we're going to be doing, not what we're doing.
So is it? How can I help with the false report? I would provide false sensor ratings for the to provide that will be consistent with what would be the case to support the credibility of the false report.
Tholadon ghosts. Nice.
Dolaron Ghost.
Wait, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tholadon ghost. Okay, good. I read them correctly.
I'm gonna say, hey, that's a bit more difficult to create an entire sensor ghost, especially since you're gonna be a sector or 2 away. But, ooh, let's also increase the complication. Something bad might happen if they find that was a sensor ghost. And then sensor science.
Sensor operations as a focus.
Absolutely.
All right.
Any extra dice you want to buy?
Yeah, sorry. I was just looking at my character sheet, seeing if there's anything else I wanted to try with this.
Yep.
But no, yeah, I'm gonna buy up to it's control science. Still. Yeah, let's go ahead for the 5 die.
Threat or momentum or combo?
I'm gonna spend 2 momentum, the rest in threat.
So 2 momentum and 2, 3, 4 threat.
Okay.
You have five dice. You may roll when ready.
Well, that worked. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the 1 complication. Reroll it,
You don't have to.
and then
Oof.
I'll
That
spend-
hurts.
I'll
That hurts my
spend-
evil GM heart.
I'll spend the 2 momentum to quash the other complication.
You still have the ship, so the ship might help.
Yeah, never mind.
Uh,
6.
And doesn't it decrease the difficulty for using sensors?
It would. Diff 3. So that's an extra momentum.
It's like somebody's twisting the knife in you now.
Oh.
Boom.
Okay, so you have 2 float. I'm assuming you want to use that to quash.
Correct.
You have a very convincing sensor ghost as an advantage. It's going to take a lot for them to see through it, but it should hold up at range. Obviously, if they were to fly into the system, there won't be a ship there.
Fair enough.
So we have 2 dual advantages. Rust, how do you want to help with this?
Can't think of anything in particular.
You don't have to, but give me an opportunity.
Yeah, I can't think of anything to add.
Also, just as matter of bookkeeping, Captain, do you want to take us to yellow alert at this situation?
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Waiting for the captain to say the word so I can push the buttons.
Anything else we need to do before we do something crazy?
Well, we're just going to yellow. We just might be going to yellow alert on your command.
Yeah, let's go on high alert. Okay,
Yep.
so
Well,
we
yellow
still
alert.
cast- Yeah.
Yellow alert.
Energize defense fields.
Yellow alert is just ready stations.
Yep, ready stations.
Unless we state that we want shields up as well.
And I need to adjust that alarm. That was really loud on my end.
Ah, yes, the joys of not hearing that.
I have a button set up on my stream deck that I push a button, it sounds an alarm and changes the overlay to yellow alert. Because I'm secretly 12 and that is awesome.
And because you didn't make sure the sound wasn't blaring, you almost deafened yourself.
What?
Exactly.
All right. I'm speaking of which, Fox. Do you have any advantages you can give to this falsifying report?
He can give battle data. He can probably give correct battle data, but that's about it as far as I can see for him. He's not really going to be able to do much outside of that. He can give his perspective on things more than anything else.
Perspective, it definitely would help. Kind of like picking out which targets would be viable and
going about this from a tactics perspective.
Exactly. And the computers can help. But it is going to be a little difficult because you're trying to like double play a both how to approach this, and then how you're actually going to approach this.
Yeah, that's fine. I have tactics as a focus, and let's go with 1 threat, 2 momentum.
Okay.
4 die.
1 threat, 2 momentum, 4 die.
Onwards and downwards. And let's go ahead and reroll one of those zeros. Nope. And
Ship help, computer security.
gonna have it, or I can get it if no one else has it.
Go for it.
Okay. Computers, security.
Do you wish to quash that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm
But that's-
just going to slowly pull that knife out of your evil heart.
I was gonna have fun with that one too. Unfortunately, you're so focused on one tactics you can't on the tactics of the actual assault. You can't think of how to do the tactics of colonize and rescue at the same time. You're just too busy to do both.
Yep.
I believe that is everyone. Captain, you have 2 advantages. And opposed presence command. And the ship helps with communications command.
Okay. I'll repeat it posted, then I'll do my roll.
You know what? I need to add opposed to this thing. Presence command. And communications command.
Okay, so one momentum, and I'm gonna use we'll get 5 dice with 1 momentum, and the rest with threat.
1 momentum, and
I'm going to activate my Declaration of Gallantry, which means I get to roll challenge dice equal to the
threat spent.
Yep. Which is
So
how many?
5 challenge dice.
You get all that. And I'm going to activate my Star-Crossed to double my crit range.
Just lean into it. Got it. Yeah,
Yes.
this is the big roll. Go ahead.
You know what? Take back the 1 momentum, because I'm going to instead use my Termination.
Okay. To what value?
By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail.
All right. Absolutely.
That is going to be rolling 4 dice with +2 on the hit.
Yep.
Do you want to assist Lost?
Ross, you can certainly assist directly. And you have 2 advantages, so plus 2 more hits.
Okay, can Stalwart help?
Yes.
Rerolling that 0. Okay, so that is 2, 4,
4, 6,
5.
8. That's 8 on the table right now. Oh, 9. And then the ship. Communications command.
Communications command. Oh, somebody got ahead of me.
Sorry about that.
9 hits. Versus I am spending 3 threat to activate my eye value. Bigger the smile, the sharper the knife.
Not a nice value.
Hold on one moment. And back. Oh, and you kept your determination. Nice. All right. So +2 hits with determination, and 2, 3, 4, 5 more, or for 5 dice. I do have a focus, and a trait gives me E +1 hits, and he has as an advantage. It's hidden somewhere. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12.
Wait. Let me do a quick recount.
And in hindsight, I
Regardless,
probably
I
should.
think they hit more.
And also, I think I should have rolled that in private.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh well, you live and learn.
I mean, I got my determination back, so
Do you wish to re-roll all your 1?
I'm gonna go with that 0.
To what value?
Better to deal with the problem now than later, because at least I found this obvious discrepancy in the false report.
Yep.
So I roll 1 dice. That is a 2.
You have 11 to 12. You can spend the 2 momentum to instantly create an advantage or something, or someone else can spend a determination to create an advantage. It's on the spot.
Let me recount all the.
Oh yes, because your crit range was off.
Well, yeah, my crit range is double because. Okay, let's see. So let's
That
figure
10.
out.
Yeah.
That 10 is a 2. So let's do the quick math of the 2 advantages plus the determination. So that's starting with 4, and then I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's also 9.
And then you have the trait 8. That's 10.
Yeah. So
you're at 11.
yeah. Well, 11, and also I rolled in 8 with that 1. So that
So that
one
brings
is
you-
actually.
That one's actually 2, so that brings you up to 12. So we are tied. One thing that's not often do with determination is you can spend it to create an advantage on the scene, just on the spot.
I mean,
Just-
I do have two momentum left over.
Yep.
So let's do that advantage to break the pucker tie.
And what is the nature of that advantage?
That it is a data discrepancy, but I put in some extra stuff in the report, so it'll take super long to notice. So if he notices, it's gonna be too late.
Nice. All right, so he will notice eventually, but by then, and you would already be in the system. I will allow that. Pucker roll, but we manage is to get it done. Oh, this actually work. As the day goes on, you are ready to depart or at your leisure. Any last words before we disembark, Captain?
Victory or death. Victory or death. Oh.
You know how triggering that would be for.
Klingons.
That's Jem'Hadar.
It's still we're trickling on.
Do you know how much of the crew were Dominion War veterans?
Yeah.
Start shouting victory or death in front of Fox. See if you don't get a hammer on your foot.
Just the foot. He's getting better.
There you go. He's learning.
Yeah, if more people start saying it, it might escalate.
And we all know escalation means more threat.
Yeah, and it eventually devolves into Fox being locked in the brig for the rest of the adventure.
All right.
Okay, now back to what I was trying to say.
Yep.
The crew of the Gungnir. This is Captain Calder. As you know, there is a major incursion that's happening in the system. Our kind of objective is to go into the Devil's Triangle with the assistance of the Achilles and find this incursion's leader, a Ferengi with the moniker of Latium Man. This is a crucial mission that'll either help. If we succeed, we will help save the Silk Road and it will prosper, or it'll burn up. All ahead full.
All ahead. Head full. Vera, you have your orders.
And there is my warp blaze.
Yay, we finally got one. Go ahead and give me Presence Command Div 0. And because I'm a merciful, oh god, I'll allow this momentum pool to carry over to the beginning of next episode.
Okay, take a third GM. That means you also get this threat, one more threat. You know what? Instead of that, can I get a assist from the ship and loss because I'm using the ship's comms?
Yes, communications command, and Roush, you can also assist.
And can the trade stalwart help me?
Absolutely, yeah.
Don't know what advantages will help me with for a Div 0 roll. +1 hit.
Yeah, it's just +1 hit.
So we get two momentum.
It's 3 so far, and then the ship.
Which is command comp.
Yep.
Okay, so 3.
Plus stalwart, that's 4.
Oh yeah.
And you take off as the ships are moving into position. The Achilles breaks off to hit this squadron. When you're about 2 days out, Sorel, you get a message from your friend.
Oh, good.
Da-da-da-da. It is this.
Captain, I've received a message from Deep Anomaly.
What is it?
He reports that someone is making a play in the Five Sisters, something big.
Notify the Monarch.
Aye, Captain.
You know, if I... Yeah, you can send a message back on the same channel.
Yeah, I want to notify the Monarch and see if the Ecliptic can move in to assist them, because I feel having those two might be more helpful there.
So move the Ecliptic and Monarch into the Five Sister Cluster.
Yes.
President's command. I'm going to say diff 4, or given the situation and the ranks involved.
Okay, can I use my favorite Finea?
That would help. That would actually get it done.
Okay, Anea, and my teaching moment.
Yes.
So that is now diff 2.
Actually, with those two combined, yeah, the favor just kind of makes her realize, okay, I can do this. It's for you this one time because I owe you one.
And the teaching moment.
You know what? Make that. Let's go ahead and make a diff 2 altogether. Diff 1 with the teaching moment.
Okay, and I made it.
All right, the Ecliptic and the Monarch are pull off and make their way to the five sister cluster. Hopefully, whatever they find there, the two of them can figure it out. As the Silk Road burns in front of us, and we.
And I definitely want to see also good reports from the Ecliptic.
Yep, absolutely. As the Silk Road burns as the Latium Man seems to be making his final push for control. After the Gungnir is making their way finally to see the end of the Latium Man. However, either another force or Latium Man and himself seems to be making a play for something dangerous in the Five Sister cluster. What deep mysteries will we find in there? And at this point, I'd like to thank my players here tonight. This was kind of a setup episode, obviously dropping in Chekhov guns. And yes, I'd like to give give our thanks to Modifius for giving us the tall ship, and Gene Ronberry for giving us the stars to guide us. Music by Kevin Macload. You can find his music at incomtank.com, and we will see you next week. Thank you very much, and have a good night.